Hello, how are you guys? I'm actually just looking around right now for, it's a shame it's not Friday night. Let's just go with that. So I'm Lori LaRose. I'm back to Stamping here on Facebook, as well as I'm now over on the YouTube channel. Although I think I haven't posted a couple. I don't think I posted all of last week's over there. But Facebook's getting rid of our lives, so as I'm doing them, I need to be posting them over to YouTube. And when I put them onto YouTube, look at my nice hair. I was busy like a fiend outside. I'll tell you about that as I'm coloring. But as I'm posting them over to YouTube, I'm putting hashtags and stuff. So you should be able to search quite nicely for things like the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, the techniques, and also even like, hi Roz. I think I actually really have to go in there. I've been saying this for like 4, 5, 6 weeks. I feel like I need to check. But I feel like if you did a search even of like coastal, my coastal cabana would come up, but also if that's what I hashtagged it all. And I am trying to hashtag even the sets so that they come up for you, so that you can be working with, say you, I hate when that happens. So I have a lamp on my desk, and when I touch it ever so slightly, sometimes I don't even think I touch it, and it goes, and it always turns off. So it was me moving in the window. Something just moved in the window. What? So if you were trying to find Under the Moon, for instance, if you did a hashtag Under the Moon, I'm hoping that it comes up, but I'm not really great at that. If you have some good ideas of how to optimize that, you can touch base with me for sure. All right, so I was out gardening. Like I said, I was going to tell you, my garden looks just resplendent. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. I had a really good idea why I came on with the whole, hey, I wish it was Friday. Quite a while ago now, I had a little bit of this craft room makeover, and several things are not yet moved into the places that they're supposed to be. One of them evidently is my brayer. I have no idea where my brayer is, and yet it's weird because I'm sure I used it like a couple weeks ago. Anyways, hi Keisha. So the long and the short, I'm not going to do quite the technique I was planning to. I was going to do a really neat little technique, but I switch on the go really fast. The other one was in my mind for about 4.5 seconds. So we will toss that one aside, and we will bring in the idea. I was going to work with Charming Day anyways, so let's pop this down. You don't need to see my greasy face. So I was outside. I have a ride and mower. We actually live on a bison farm, but live on a farm. And I have, whoa, that's really, really close. Come back. Hello? You guys, it's not working. You are stuck in that zone for now. Come back. There we go. Phew, that was way too close. Oh, telephone. And yes, I have all sorts of, I was cleaning my stamps. I was about ready to put some of these back into their cases. Okay, who is with me and is not very good at putting their stuff away promptly after they're finished stamping with it? Who is very lucky and feels blessed that while so this is this cutest little, I was doing this the other day, right? My husband was like, I love that knife. He's ever cute. Although he did question, why do you have a knife? I was like, well, to cut it in half. I don't know. Maybe it should be steak. I cut my burger in half. Do you cut your burger in half? I cut mine. What is this? Oh, the French fries. Okay, so this all goes in here. I feel like I was in the middle of the story. Anyways, Friday nights we do cocktails and cards, and when I misplace something or hesitate to go, and I am going back to the old place instead of the current place, you guys get to they play a drinking game if you'd like, and you get to have a drink. So you could be drinking all week if you want. You have permission, because I cannot know where my brayer is. And do you know where my brayer went? Anyways, I'll be back. maybe Friday night I'll do the brayer technique. That'll be fun. So I was outside. I was mowing for 2 hours on a ride tractor, if you can believe that. So you can imagine. Yes, I even rode up and down like the ditches a little tiny bit and as an entrance to my place. So that was kind of fun. I'm going to stamp this and get going with this because it's obviously, oh, what? I haven't stamped with this yet. So this is the way I can tell that I haven't stamped, because I take off my, and I know I've showed many people this a few different times. Hello, Donna. Are you crazy as well? Okay, so, and then, although this one's cheated, so I'm not pedantic about it, but as I use the stamps, obviously they'll be pulled out of there, but also some of them, I think they used to fall out a little more easy, but if they don't have the peel on them, then I know I haven't done it. One of the challenges that we're going to be doing this summer, oh, I got this as a free, can you guys see this? I actually earned the trip, and I was down in Florida, Orlando, and we, they had these little tiny, whatever these called. What are these called? You know what I'm trying to say here. A Polaroid. That's cute. Clearly I haven't used this since I got back. I won this on the, there was a wheel of spinning, and I won this one. So I put my stamps in like this. That way then in a flash, and then I slide this guy in here because I don't usually, I do put the labels on sometimes, but not always. So I just slide them in there until I want them another time. And then when it's stored, if I turn it over, I can see, oh no, that one's not missing. So I don't put this one away until I go in somewhere on my desk, find this guy. I don't know if that works for anybody else. I know I have 16 stories going at the same time here, and I kind of apologize. I feel like that I only kind of apologize. I don't know what I was going to say. That's the only problem is that I really lose my train of thought. Excuse me. And I think I was going to try and say something fun about, anyway, so he's super cute. So that was a card that we made. I don't know when we made that. We are in the midst of doing a world tour that you still would have fabulous value if you caught on to it right now. $50 gets you in the door, gets you a virtual space with a wonderful crafting community. We've been to Rio de Janeiro, but you can catch up on all of the challenges and watch all the dealios there. We had kind of a neat technique. What did we do? Oh, we did something with a Polaroid, actually. Oh, yeah, we made a shaker card the other night. So you would still get that PDF and the video. And then Wednesday night we do the second one. We do weekly classes together on a Zoom and chat and talk. And then we have inspiration galore the rest of the week. More inspiration than you'd ever imagine. Oh man, that's just gorgeous. Look how beautiful. With the thought that you're not to do it all, but that summer is kind of crazy. And I'm hoping, hi Kathy, I'm hoping, hi Vicky. Oh, this is really, really nice. I'm zooming in because I'm going to color and you may as well be a little bit closer. I'm going to actually, this is totally, so I'm from Alberta, Canada. You can join from anywhere in the world, actually. I'll have to figure out a little bit with your payments, depending on where you're from. But because it's not product from Stampin' Up, you're going to be shopping your own stash. And we totally, although I'm using something clearly brand new and just released like 2 days ago or something, we definitely have, we definitely use old stuff. Lots. And it's kind of fun. The girls sometimes will grab a, like one of them will use, geez, I'm just trying to get the squashed in here because I'm going to cut it out basically, right? Hopefully, yes, yay. The girls will use some DSP or something, and one of the other girls will be like, oh, what was the name? Oh yeah, I need to go look for that because I really like that one. Oh yeah, that's good. So we remind each other of what we have, and we just play. Each week we have colored challenges based on so everything's destination inspired. And we are living in a land of make-believe. And that's why it's chock-a-block full of stuff. We have beautiful hotels that we're staying in. So you really have to suspend your belief. But while you're doing the dishes and stuff, you can be like kind of paying attention to different things and thinking, oh, I could do this and that. And even honestly, if your ink never touches the page, but you've had fun thinking and creating in your mind even, I personally I have done a few courses just that way. Too busy to be able to do it more than that. But, and summer has its ebbs and flows. Maybe on a rainy day, maybe on too hot of a day, you can be inside and crafting. We had a color challenge last week because we were in Rio de Janeiro. They have the Copacabana. So I was talking away about that and saying we definitely needed to do a color challenge with that. And so there it goes. Okay, I'm going to work with Bubble Bath. When I color, I usually start with my dark. I often work with the that bullet end, and I don't profess to be the best colorer. That's why I think that these blends are the coolest thing in the whole world. So Stampin' Up! Started with a neat new program quite recently, where every time you're ordering stuff, you get rewards. And then the next time you come on to the shopping center, you have the option of using those rewards, or you can store them up. So if you order like $100 worth of stuff here in Canada, and anywhere basically, but with me, the next time you come on, you have like a $10 credit, and you can either use it up, or you can wait a couple months if you're buying $100 a month kind of thing. Wait a couple, 3 months, and then get a whole stamp set for free. And you can feel like, oh yeah, I'll just buy that one because I got that stamp set for free. Or maybe you had your eyeball on something or another that you were like, oh, trying to rationalize whether or not you needed it. And then you have your rewards. So, but you totally, you can just use them up the very next order, the next week, the next day, whatever, however often you're ordering kind of thing. So I'm trying just a little bit something different on this one. And I just did that. You saw me kind of just doing the scribble. Let's see how that goes. Now on this one, I'm going to come in with the fat end to begin with and see how that happens. And I'm just going to adjust my light bulb because it's in my eyes. I can't see my lines. So now when I do this, my soft color, I'm still kind of coloring within the lines. I don't have to be perfect, but I do find that the black does, like, it's really good. That ink pad that I had looked like it was weird. It is the Craft White ink pad, and I added Memento Black ink onto it because the Craft ink pad from Stampin' Up! Comes blank with a refill, with a white craft refill. So several weeks ago, several months ago probably, I showed several techniques with your white craft ink. If there's interest, you can say, hey, do some more techniques with your white craft ink, because basically you have a whole refill that you're like, what am I going to do with this though? Always wanting to have good value, right? That looks kind of pretty. So these two blend quite nicely. I find that some pairs, there's hardly a difference, and then other ones, it's like, oh, you work to get it to blend actually. I will probably come back in and touch a little tiny bit more with dark again. But yes, I find that the light color, I like to do the dark first, and then I do the light, because the light, I think of it sort of, and it's totally not correct, but that it eats it kind of, so it just absorbs it and then makes the changes. So there's quite a few places I can see, oh yeah, there's two tones all over. I'm going to leave it for a little bit while I color the green and go from there. I've got Granny Apple Green in the corner here. I think I am going to try and find my Granny Apple Green because I like that color. Or Lemon Lime, I think might be one of our colors this week, girls. So the community is super fun, and they post on the private group. And then that's good inspiration for everybody, right? So people can see what other people are doing and then be inspired. You're encouraged to post your stuff. I hope that you do if you're joining, but you don't need to, but you should, because it's super fun and a super supportive group. So we're your biggest fans for sure. And like I said, you basically then often inspire people to do stuff as well. But I did do the caveat, of course, not to make anybody feel like they have to do too much. Many people in the group are just enjoying the whole act of just, that's why I'm called Act of Stamping, because for years, I didn't necessarily, so I started doing lives about 3, going on 4 years now ago. And it started with just trying to do 100 days, doing COVID kind of thing. So I guess maybe the end of, maybe that second wave of COVID. And prior to that, unless I was doing a class, I've been a Stampin' Up demonstrator for 23 years. Unless I was doing a class, I actually hardly stamped. But I was active. Like I did the act of stamping. I thought about it and I dreamed about it. And then when I needed to do a class, I was ready because I had been dreaming over dishes for weeks. Anyway, so now I make a card, like for 100 days, I made a card every single day. Connie posted a really cool thing and it said, don't worry whether it's good or bad. So now sometimes when I have too much, it's like blobby kind of, I come back in and I do a little bit more. And then the moisture, again, I don't know. I hope that doesn't make anybody weirded out when I say it eats it, but it absorbs it nicely. So, and I like doing it again, and then it's prettier that second time lots of times. Connie posted a really great thing that don't worry whether or not your art is good enough to worry about it. You have to, the bad art paves the way for the good art. And I loved it. I thought that's exactly right. And we are very much developing our talent by working together. And just like I said, by dreaming. So yeah, come and join us. It's for the whole month of July. We actually are going onwards in August and September as well. But start it with 1 month and see what you think. I'm pretty sure you'll love it. I almost could guarantee you money back guarantee if you came to everything and you were like, that was rot. I'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. Crazy pants. We don't want you in our group anyways. No. Actually, in real truth, it's the truth. We don't think we're rot at all. We love each other. Anyways, teasing not. But yeah, this is just fun. I've been doing summer camps like this for several years, and we did a road trip, a Canadian one last year, and we learn a whole bunch. Like I said, we suspend belief and we pretend we're right there. It's magic because we don't have to go to airports and stuff like that, but we get to do whatever we want to. This week, I actually need to make a post up. We're in Mexico and there's a couple places outside the city. We're actually in the city and it's beautiful. The city is a beautiful cultural place, but there's a few places just out of the city that I'd like us to go to. And then of course, if anybody really, really wanted to hit the beach, even though Mexico City is like not very close to beaches, that's okay because we're just doing it virtually and by magic. You can pop off to a beach and make a beach card still if you even wanted to. But yeah, so it's kind of fun. But yeah, and Keisha is helping me tremendously. So she's found the hotels for us to stay in. She is an integral part of the booking. Okay, I guess I want a little tiny bit of yellow on here. So I'm going to do a little lemon lolly. I'm just going to do the light lemon lolly and see how that goes. Yeah, if you hear us talking, you'd literally think, what are these people talking? They're crazy. Like they're crazy. We're going to coffee shops and museums. It's so much fun. Oh, have I been off screen the whole time? I hope not. I hope I just pushed it off on the end. Jeez. Yes. Keisha's giving good examples of what we can do. Oh, Keisha is very good at putting stuff away, not like myself. I'm so sorry if I was off screen that entire time. I feel like this will be okay. Sorry about that. I'm busy coloring and talking away. Those are gorgeous, hey? So anyways, yes, I was outside and feeling quite grateful for my garden. I have decided all last summer, I think, and I started already this year already being like, I don't think I'm gardening, I'm weeding. It's always weeding. And instead I'm thinking, you know what? I am very lucky to have my garden. And the changes that I make when I am out there and I clear away bushels and bushels of grass. I make a marked difference, and it's beautiful. And my flowers, I hope that they keep flowering all year. I know that several of my flowers come in stages, do you know what I mean? But like my peonies are out, and I know, yes, some of you guys are like, what? They're just out? My lilacs just died, actually, just like they're still like, because things have been a little bit late around here. So, but my pansies are beautiful. My, I was going to say poinsettias, but that'd be really odd. Petunias are going crazy. And yeah, it's looking really, really nice. We've had a fair amount of moisture and heat, so everything's looking good. Okay, so depending on whether I put my cutouts on a piece of white or whether they're going on to like a blue sky, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these actually. Like I said, I had an idea. I'll leave that for now. But I either will cut that out. I'll come back in and cut that little tiny bit out, or I can leave it. Because if it's on white piece, no big deal. Here's my Copacabana. And often that doesn't even matter, because once I bring in the other one, it might cover it up, or maybe my saying, which of course I don't really have a saying, but pretend. Maybe my saying's going to go across there. Oh my gosh. Why am I so far? I want to be right there. I know I'm very close. Like, I know I have you very close. That it's all the better to see me with, said the wolf. La la. Anyways, yeah, so you can join from anywhere in the world, because we are not, I know I'm just going to wrap that up because I veered away from it in another story kind of thing. Because we are not selling product, it's an intellectual product, I guess, intellectual property. And so I can sell that anywhere I want. Ha! And so, yeah, you can join us and totally shop from your stash. We have a new gal, this Donna, one spot. She's from the States. She's a demonstrator, a hobby demonstrator. You do not need to be a demonstrator, but you can be a demonstrator. Again, because you just got the stuff. And then you have so many ideas. If you're quite an active, like a class doing demonstrator, you're welcome to come do the classes that are mine, and then reuse the class for your gals, because let's face it, the techniques and stuff are cool. Having been a demonstrator for those 23 years, like I said, sometimes I go back into the archives of my life and I love it, right? Like, it's kind of fun. And we bring back old techniques sometimes too. So then you might not see them just doing a perusal of Facebook without knowing, or not Facebook, but Pinterest, without knowing what it actually is, like without sort of being reminded. You might not even think to look for it. I use Pinterest quite a lot for good ideas. So, but like I said, I know the idea, and then I can Google the idea. And sometimes there's some stuff, some of my ideas honestly were before Pinterest basically, and sometimes there isn't. I actually go back over to that wonderful split coast stampers that I used to use all the time and live by, because it was the only place we had any ideas. It was like a marvel. Okay, I am going to come in here and cut this no matter what, because it's the only piece sticking out. What did I end up doing on the second cutout? Did I cut out the white? I don't even know. I was watching Kate Ann, West Coast Stamper, I think she is. And she was saying, so I'm trying to pop my head up and see if you guys are saying hi. She was saying, I like to say hi to you guys if you say hi to me, because I can't sometimes scroll to find you though. Oh, for goodness sakes. There. Yeah. Because she said, if you take the time to actually post something like a hi, why wouldn't I want to say hi? And I thought, well, that's kind of you. All right. I did kind of cut down into that a bit. That's funny. These are exactly the same. Oh, and I cut them out exactly the same. Interesting. All right. So now I wanted to do this because I was feeling grateful, and I felt like this was a very a happy, grateful set, if that makes sense. And indeed, charming sort of makes that go with it. So thanks for being you is kind of grateful. Can't wait to see you again soon. Oh, that's nice. I had a really lovely golf day today with a girlfriend and we had lunch together and I could almost send her a card basically. Can't wait to see you again and you made my day because I didn't know. Hey, you made my day. Oh, she doesn't watch me, I don't think, so I'll be able to do that. I might do that. I think I will do that. All right. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do hey too because I love that. Hey. All right. And I got extra greenery here. Love that. I love having extra greenery. This does come with dies. I have yet to get them. Like I said, I won the spinning wheel and I won this set on the daily draws. We would go in. There's a hospitality suite when you are on the trip. And both the trips that I've earned so far, you'd go in daily and there was a spinning wheel. The one in between, I didn't go to Mexico. I didn't earn Mexico last year, but I guess they had like a shopping bazaar and you went in with your shopping thing and you got everything the first day instead of going in daily and spinning the wheel and winning something different every day. All right, so now these would almost go on here, but they're fine. They go on there, but they go okay. So see, now I wouldn't have had to trim because I might ground them all onto a white circle. That's kind of pretty. I'm literally winging it right now, you guys. And I might only use one of these. Who knows? I think I said I was from Alberta. This is definitely Alberta Rose. And you know what? Most of them were out. I actually was thinking, oh, there's no roses this year. And then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks later, which I thought they were, I think they were later than late. And there's still even some. When I was mowing down my mom's road, there was a whole bush, like a whole block of bushes in full bloom. And I was like, well, you guys are really late. Hello. Okay. I'm not going to put it on Coastal Cabana. Oh, I could put it on. So this is pretty in pink versus the bubble bath that I colored it. But sometimes that looks beautiful. I think, okay, if I'm making it for that girlfriend, I don't actually think she loves pink. Maybe I need to make this for Vicky. She does love pink. Okay, so I'm going to put this onto a pink card. This is bubble bath. Let's see let's see what it looks like on bubble bath. Oh, it's even prettier on bubble bath, isn't it? It was really nice on there. It's nicer on here. Okay, well, that's handy. The question is, do I want to put it on a piece of blue? So for a second I was like, is that Coastal Cabana again? No, that's Pool Party. And I do love a Pool Party world. And I actually really like that. Do I want to put it on a pink? Oh, no, I don't. Because this then, so 100 years ago, because I am old, in like grade 7, we did huckle stitching or something. And it's like a cheesecloth kind of even. I don't know if somebody can help me out with this. And it had little raised things that you took a needle. It was a soft, like a darning needle. And you'd go under 1 or 2 and pick up and you'd thread your needles through. I'm like living this right now as I'm doing it kind of, and I'm trying to think. And you would make a pattern either going over or under this little weavy thing. Oh, I'm going to have to look that up. And I had these 2 colors. That's what when I hit those 2 together, that like a flash image. You know how sometimes they say a smell or music will take you right back to something? Those 2 colors together just did that. Okay, I'm wondering if I can do a yellow, especially I'm hoping I have a yellow circle here. I do. It's a little bit brighter than I want it to be. I was thinking I wanted a lemon lolly circle. I'm gonna make myself a lemon lolly circle. Give me just 1 second here, you guys. And I think I'll do it with a pretty one of these. I have to say, there's new online product come out just now. There's a whole bunch of stuff that was on the clearance site that is actually gone. Connie did a great job last week, I think it was, of listing a whole bunch of stuff. And I think her people just listened to her like crazy, because everything that she listed at like $12 disappeared. It's like all of it was gone. So either she's got a really good buying, she's a really good influencer, or they really were down to the very last thing. So I hope anybody that saw what she was promoting, I can't even remember one of them. There was a few different ones that I was like, oh, that is such an awesome one. Yes, everybody needs that in their life. And they were amazing sets or amazing dies. So keep your eye always open. I think starting in August again, there's a new bunch of stuff going on to the specials list, the last chance list, and they stay until they leave basically. And I bring that up because I'm not positive that these dies are current or not. I can't, what I'm trying to say is I'm confessing that I'm not quite 100% clear on what's current and what's not current, which is why it's really perfect that I'm doing a whole 3 months of use whatever the heck you want. If I use something and you wish that you had it, well, maybe you do in your stash anyways, or talk with us, because there's probably a decent alternative for you, and maybe you have that and didn't remember that you had it. Depending on how long you've been stamping for, you might not know that. Okay, I think this is going to be very pretty. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to leave the pink aside. You can do 1,000 options. One of our girlfriends said it was auditioning when you would do something like this. So this is definitely beautiful. I'm going to stamp these words. I cannot believe that that's crazy. When you have crazy words like that, it's probably a good idea to take your chicken shears and just cut straight across. Don't undercut when you're cutting. I'm going to do this one in case you've never done this and you would prefer to have things. So these guys here, the labels, you just peel this off this way. It's never that bad of an idea actually to put your word labels on. I don't know why I don't put them all on, except that it takes time. So as I'm looking at this one's centered, but this rubber is not centered. Does that make sense? So I'm going to, well, take that off or I'll be really sad. And I'm going to work this way instead of upside down, because clearly I'm not a counterfeiter, because forger is what I'm trying to say. They write your signature upside down when they're forging you. Anyway, so I'm very particular. If it's on the back side, I want it to be perfect. So I'm just going to line up mentally in my brain where it is there. It's going to be probably a little bit up from what I'm seeing. And then I just want to make sure it's this way. Normally, you should just be able to go in straight into that line, right? And then you're good as gold. That's not quite right in this case. So I'm lining it up. Just give me 1 second here. Lining it up. Ooh, I think I got it. I might be crooked-eyed. That's okay. I'll pull it off. Oh, no, I was straight. Yay, that's good. And then I have rubber stamping, rubber scissors, because we actually used to have to literally cut our rubber apart and mount them onto our wooden stamps. Back in the old days when we used to have to walk uphill both ways a mile to school. So what I'm really showing you is when you cut, you want to cut very straight up and down. You definitely don't want to be cutting like this. You don't want to undercut the foam. The foam gives you nice positioning. If anything, you want to cut this way so that you have maybe extra rubber sitting over top of, like the rubber's gone, but the foam is sticking out and you see a little, I'll show you just a little tiny bit here. You'd want it to be, if you're going to err to the side of anything, you want to see some rubber. But really what you want to do is just go literally straight up and down and just going straight across, because otherwise you can't do it. So when you're on a circle, you don't cut a circle. You're going to cut little tiny triangles away from stuff. And you have nice clean cut so that it's not undercut at all. Does that make sense? But then you don't have those extra pieces to pick up ink, and you don't make halos. And then how close you get depends on your things. My scissors are getting less sharp, so often don't do this little tiny trim, but if I feel confident, like right now, I will, and I can trim it right down. The likelihood of me ever picking up ink now with this extra ink and having a little halo is just about gone, right? So, but yeah, I have nice scissors. The other scissors that work quite well usually are your kitchen chicken shears. Holy gosh, that was a big word. How's that for a little extra? A little extra today for you, folks. That's all, folks. Okay, can't wait to see ya. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this in a dark blue, or I could do it in a green. I'll do it in the green. Sort of sad. Look at my poor green has all my fireworks. So I made a super cool Canada Day card. Would have worked if you were down in the States as well, for a different day, but you know what I mean. All right, here we go. Nice. I had that with me. Something's up with my ink pad. I need more ink. I like it though, but it's I can't remember what I was stamping the other day. Does anybody else remember? And it did the same thing. I don't know if it was big words or if it was what was that? It was really pretty when it did that though. I need to have my big scissors. This is like my stamp, but the opposite way. Okay, perfect. And some gems. So now I could have this just like this. And then 3 little gems here kind of thing. Wouldn't that be nice? Not those gems. Hang on one second. Maybe. I'm just trying to sprinkle a little tiny bit of fun on here. Not that guy on there. Something fun like that. That could be a card. Yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this card off over here instead. And then, what gems do I really want on here? Ooh. Oh, hang on. We have new, hi Roxanne. We have a new cloud, and that might look just smashing for this. Hold on, let's see. It's called Cloud Cover, and it's a beautiful blue color. I'm going to cut it in half here. It doesn't quite match my fingernails. Not quite. It's in real life, it actually looks pretty. What made me think of it is I've got these gems that are the new in colors. And I think it's really, look how pretty this paper is. Okay, so we can fold and burnish this guy. Okay, and then does that go? Maybe not. Change of plans again. All right, so I'll just really quick finish this guy off. So we could do this as well. I think this would be really pretty. And ta-da! You got another card. Really nice. So card number 2. And then this one is back to this white guy. Good thing I actually did that because I was looking for it. And this would be card number 3. And then I could have these gems on there. And I can add, if I want, some extra flowers. Interesting, you guys. Very interesting. There we go. I get quiet. Now, you know when I'm really thinking, I stop talking altogether. I'd like to have this up here, but it's upside down. And to me, I can see that it's upside down. And then this is too much here. So one way I could get around that, of course, is come in here and snip that. And I can. So sometimes when you snip, oopsie-doo, trying to show you, you have to kind of clean up sometimes. But I could throw those guys down underneath there. And then if I had slightly bigger words, right? That would be nice too. Okay, so this is not as pretty as I was thinking it was going to be. I'm liking this guy better, so I'm going to do it over there. I'm just curious what this looks like. No, you know what? It doesn't do it for me. I do love this color. It's just not. This is what I'm working with in my mind. All right. So I didn't pop out all of these guys, so sometimes I turn them around because I know that I'm going to bring in my flowers over here. I love this bright yellowness. And I think I'm going to put some extra guys up here. And then I'm going to have, can't wait to see you. And I've got the hay as well. And I will stamp the hay, but I kind of feel like this one also needs to get cut up. And if you're kind of wondering, okay, this is why Friday nights are so fun, because I lose stuff quite often. And then you just have a little drink. I'm going to show you that normally when you're stamping, I picked up some edge there. Not crazy, but a little tiny bit. And when I go to stamp it, if I press too hard, which I won't anyways because I'm doing words, but if I press too hard, that's the halo I'm talking about. In case you were like, what are you talking about though? Okay. You can correct out the halo, not just by trimming it, by just, especially with soft, no, it's not soft, small words. You just, you never have to stamp quite as hard. You squish all the rubber and lose the word anyways. But in this case, so again, you're learning 2 lessons here, but so the halo happened, but also the Y is not great because the poor little letter was like, help me. But if it was more solid stamp, you would still get the halo. So here's my little hay. Hey. Maybe I want to do that. Yeah. I'll push it all up a little tiny bit. Back down. You go up and you come here. Hey, can't wait to see you again. And I think instead of hiding that, I will put it there. And that whole thing started about going to the other color because I wanted some gems. Now I just need some real gems again. Some real gems. Some real gems. Those were fake gems before. Look at these wee pearls we used to have in the old days. So again, you can use your old pearls. Ooh, this is Pool Party. That might be pretty. So we have self-adhesive what are these guys called? Sequins. They're kind of fun. That is not good. Maybe there. These are very flat. I would really like to, I need to go grab my, those almost would work. I need to find a package of rhinestones and bring them back downstairs. I believe we still have rhinestones. So rhinestones would be blingy and fun. I like the sparkle and simplicity of a rhinestone. Trying to. Goodness sakes, you guys. Might not work. Hold on. Hold everything and then we'll leave you be. I just want a little bit of sparkle. Yeah, those are prettier. These are really flat, as sequins. They are not doing it for me for this card. And I like the size of these better too. So I didn't push them really hard, so I totally was able to just lift them off with without making a mark on my page, so that's nice. And I think that one right there. All right, ladies, Janes, I will let you go. But there's my little card. Dun, da, da, da. So that's me being a little grateful for life in general. Thank you guys for watching me tonight. I will talk with you another day, and enjoy the beautiful summer. If you are interested at all in joining our crazy group and our community and playing some make-believe with us, please come and come. It would be fantastic to have you join us. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, you're more than welcome. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.